We're going to talk about new Pokemon Snap first, just in case Sean has to move along as we go through the show. Because you played, you played quite a bit of it, didn't you? I'm going to assume you and Jordan and Miss Click played the most of it out of all of us, because I did see OJ, myself, Nate, and MVG all talking about Returnal. So I'm just going to assume that MVG, Jordan, and Miss Click played new Pokemon Snap more. I played about 2 hours of new Pokemon Snap so far since I got it yesterday.
Probably only played about 4 or 5 of that as well.
Okay.
I played about an hour.
I didn't play too much more than that, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What are we thinking, Jordan? I'm going to Jordan, the expert, the Pokemon expert.
Yeah, this is, I think, taking the concept of what Snap was back in the day and implementing a lot of good changes to make the gameplay feel more rewarding, more that there's a purpose to do a lot more, rerun the same tracks at day or night to get the certain photos, to get the rankings. So
I like the day-night thing.
Yeah,
I like the day-night.
There's a lot of little things you can do to, get the Pokemon to react to you, to do a certain pose, to just react to the world. So the different amount of photos that you can capture or get for rankings is pretty in depth. I know there's only like 200 and something Pokemon in the game at launch, which is whatever. It's whatever they choose for this. I don't want to get into that, but for graphic wise, it's pretty impressive to see that they've held up ever since that announcement trailer.
Yes.
That exact look the whole time. There was no lies. It wasn't like, oh, this is just the preview cutscene. Like, no, the game actually looks that good.
Is this one of the best looking games on the Switch right now?
Hands down.
I'd say
hands
so,
down,
yeah.
top 3 probably.
Looks good on your Snap Station too. Looked pretty good.
It funny enough looks great on an old CRT.
Yes, well, CRTs blend that out, so it's always great.
It just looks fantastic.
I kind of think this makes sense that it should look that good, because you're technically on rails and you're not walking up to the Pokemon necessarily. Like you're not even like walking around the alley. Like, I'd be really curious if somebody like Boundary Break or something, like, goes around and just kind of zooms out and just sees behind like the rocks or something that are over there, or just see how much they had to cut down on that end to make it look as good as it does. It does. I mean, legitimately looks really good. So
I don't expect Arceus next year, Arceus Legends, to look as good, because that's still a full open world game now.
I think that game needs a bit more help, and that could come in the way of that revision.
Sure.
Like that Switch. I think that's what most people are going to look at.
I do think it'll look a lot better than what we saw, clearly. But obviously, to get to where
gotta be honest, can't look much worse.
Snap 2 is the benchmark for Pokemon that relies on the fact that it's not a regular Pokemon game. So
have you played a good bit of new Pokemon Snap, Jordan? Because there was one thing that came up in a review, and I'm curious about this one, because there was the one thing I really liked about the original Pokemon Snap, and like I said, I got a ways to go for this one, but the thing that I really liked was you would go through courses and you would have Pokemon evolve. Like, you would do things in the level to get them from point A to point B, or trigger like an evolution or something. But in one of the reviews I saw, they mentioned that there was just like that didn't happen really in this game.
I haven't encountered. I haven't really read any reviews. I was getting the game regardless of someone telling me it's good or bad. I haven't ran into anything like that yet. I mean, I maybe it is in the game, maybe it isn't in the game, but at least the amount of stuff and how the Pokemon interact with each other, I think, has been pretty cool. And then based upon if you're throwing fruit or the special, glowing, I forgot the name off the top of my head, but to do a lot of the
Illumini or whatever.
The Illumini, yeah. So like there's cool stuff you can do to interact with the world, and I like it. It does feel like there's a real purpose to go on these tracks over and over again, which when replaying Pokemon Snap, it's very much like, oh, it's fun, and you can do a couple cool things, string Pokemon along, or hopefully get a really cool shot. But other than that, and Professor Oak saying, hey, that's a good photo, it's not really too much more than that. So the new one definitely fixes that.
I noticed there were a lot of people who probably weren't too familiar with the first one, because when I would ask poll questions and stuff, that they'd come back in the comments, be like, wait, all you do is take pictures of Pokemon? It's like, yeah, that's it.
I literally had a conversation with someone who was saying that they're like, I don't know if I want to pay full price for Snap, but I watched them on their stream and they were playing Breath of the Wild, and what they were doing was spending majority of their time on stream going around and taking the photos to complete.
You know what? Now now is when, with photo mode and all this stuff in like all these games, everyone really wants it. Now is the time that Pokemon Snap should exist with that.
And they're playing that, and then I was like, "You're doing that in your other game anyway," and like you could do it with Pokemon, and they're like, "Good point." Then they got the game, and they've been hooked on it since they picked it up. And it's great. Plus, I think a lot of people are having fun with the photo editor. I've seen a lot of edits on Instagram. People doing a lot of. I've been printing out certain photos here and there because I connected the Switch to the original Snap Station from Blockbuster back in the day. I have it connected to there.
You getting that printer too? The one from Fujifilm?
I will get that one because that basically takes all the work I've done to make this system do that and makes it an $120 device. So I will get the Pikachu one when that one drops, just for the novelty of it. But yeah, what up, Jeff?
Yeah, not much. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Jeff Grubb's here. Let me add him to the description. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I figured I'd come on and talk about Returnal. You guys can finish talking about Pokemon first, though.
So, Jordan,
my copy of Elden Ring?
I told you in your chat, I'm using it as a coaster right here, man. I got my beer on it.
Oh, man. Jordan, I have a question. So, how did you get your Switch to connect to a CRT? Because I'm very interested in how you did that.
It's a lot of cable management. I have the Switch running through an HDMI that goes to the red and the three color cables, the composite.
Mm-hmm.
And those run. I have a switcher now, so I have 3 consoles plugged into it. I might add a Wii to it just for fun, but I have the N64 in the inside. I had the GameCube, and I have the Switch now on there. So I have 3 of 4 ports now on a switcher that I can go at any time to work on the TV. And then through there, I had more wires going from that to the printer, then back through the output, so it can all work in unison of printing out the photos from what's actually on the screen from the Switch. And I can do it with any game on any console and make it print.
That's interesting.
So it's pretty cool. It's not super complicated. It's just annoying with cable management. There's a lot of cables that, luckily, there's a lot of empty room in the back once you pull everything out. So
hold on,
a lot of cables running.
Pokemon Snap does gyro in handheld mode too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you has anyone tried that where they just move the system around while they're in handheld mode to try to take pictures? Is that weird?
I haven't tried in handheld. I did notice with the gyro though, it didn't work as well in unison with the joystick as well. It was kind of like one or the other.
Okay.
That was a little annoying. I will say for me though, I hadn't played the original Snap. It just wasn't something. And to be honest, as a kid, I don't know if I would have really wanted to. And I didn't see the appeal. When the new trailer came out, I was genuinely like, "Oh, this is cute," but you literally just take pictures of Pokemon.
See that, Sean? She started with the sequel, which means she can start with Resident Evil 4.
No, that means that you have a good background.
How you connected that, bro? That's like not
the distance traveled for that was
that was a long jump, Olympic style, baby, world record.
That was a bowl reach.
You guys can't complain about this joke being dead. This is his channel. He can do what he wants.
So Resident Evil 2 then. She can start with Resident Evil 2.
Oh my God.
No, the joke is okay, but just the reach that he did to get to
Resident
Evil.
We'll do Resident Evil 2 remake, the sequel, right? We'll do that.
You're missing out on why the whole Raccoon
You just start with
City.
But I mean, she just got thrown into the mix here with new Pokemon Snap. All of a sudden, she was taking pictures, and they got the fruit they're throwing. Where'd all this come from? See, we would have the origin story was on the 64.
You were such a troll.
No story. Professor Oak captures children and makes them take pictures.
He did.
I swear I hate the little fucker in new Pokemon Snap, your sort of rival guy or whatever who comes along who's like, I'm training with this photographer guy, not you. It's like, piss off. What's wrong with you? He annoys me. I like the game though. I like the original game. So it's the one thing I could see though is that if you didn't like the original game or you didn't play the original game and you don't care about Pokemon, this game will do absolutely nothing to make you care about it. It's a very relaxed game. You sit there. It's almost like an on-rail shooter puzzle game because you have to figure out what to do to lure Pokemon to make them do certain things. I do like how there are little branching paths that you can discover in the levels as well to get into different areas. I thought that was really cool. Really good looking game, but I do have nostalgia for the original Pokemon Snap. Sure. I loved playing it on the N64. So I think that if you didn't have that same nostalgia and you're a grown ass adult, it might miss you, and like that's cool. I would understand that.
Okay.
It's for the fans. It's directed for the fans and for people who maybe are just kind of like Pokemon, but are kind of maybe I'm not
like
big
kids
into,
will probably love it because you get to see all these Pokemon, close up, and obviously their models look very nice, and you get to see them interact with other Pokemon and make them do things like a little Score Bunny when he does his little fire kick. You gotta make him do his fire kick and get a picture of that. So like I can see kids digging that and stuff.
I think it's one of those things that was for 21 years a joke. It was like, oh, Pokemon Snap 2 when, and then the Wii U came out. It's like, okay, it's possible. We have a peripheral, and it still didn't happen.
We missed the one that was perfect for it.
And to now actually have it, like regardless of it just being like maybe a one-time thing, then maybe they don't never make another one, but it kind of feels like this one is for that like fan group. It's like, all right, we made the sequel, but we actually made it with some love for the anniversary this year. Like it's not just a half-assed port or a new version that doesn't have a lot to it. It does seem that there was a lot of love put into this one from the creators, so I will say that's pretty cool to see in a Pokemon game, because a lot of recent Pokemon games ain't getting too much love from fans, and this one definitely seems like it definitely catered to the fans and making sure they were happy with it.
Well, it was interesting though, because the game was made because of the great work that they did with Pokken. So the fact that they did such a great job with Pokken, so that hey, you guys can do something else, So I think that's pretty dope, because Pokken is awesome. Like the game looks great, like it looks graphically, Pokken still looks really good. Even though like the base of the game is like just like the Wii U. So so that was pretty cool that they gave them like another game like to work on because of the great work on Pokken. So
this gonna be a good streaming game for you, Click.
I mean, to me personally, it's good. It's adorable. It's cute. But I think going through the same path, like me personally, again, I didn't really grow up with Pokemon. So I'm definitely more into the turn-based stuff is fun as well. But for most part, like I'm most excited about trying out this open world when it comes out. That's a make or break, I think, for a lot of people in branching out and trying Pokemon that never really got to. So I did like it. And it was really cute and enjoyable. I could see myself doing that more of when I'm wanting to just like veg and not have like a super intensive gameplay, but most of the time I'm I'm really enjoying Monster Hunter because of how fast the combat is, or Overwatch or Splatoon, whatever. I'm just more into like the high octane kind of games, but it's nice.